you may have noticed from the title of this episode, we're going to be talking about seduction, baby.
The art of seduction.
The art of seduction. Nobody knows this shit better than this man right here, first off. You got a professional in the building.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You never told me about that date, or what, that girl flaked on you?
Yeah.
So you just never ghost done. Yeah, I'm the same way, dude.
Yeah, I'm
It's
not.
like, okay, we ain't playing them games. You already...
But my thing was like, she reached out to me
Yeah.
more than once.
She got cold feet.
I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
Maybe she was just like kind of seeking that validation. Right?
Well, she could seek that shit from somebody else.
Go seek that shit from somebody else,
She
girl.
thought I would just keep me on the string. Girl, hell no. What you
Yeah,
thought?
so she was trying to play that game.
Yeah, no, that's over.
Games? We been there.
Nah, yeah, that's a dud.
We ain't having that.
We ain't having it. What do you think is the best place to meet someone?
Where's the best place to meet somebody?
Yeah, in your personal opinion.
For me personally,
Yeah.
usually at an event where I have a bunch of mutual friends, like a birthday or
Okay.
a celebration where there's other mutual friends around.
So it should be someone mutual, like they know
Yeah.
mutual. Okay,
Yeah,
so
and
not just a stranger.
Ideally,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We meet through mutual friends.
Okay.
Right. So that way at least there can be an introduction.
Yeah.
We're around kind of comfortable company.
More
and
ideal.
we could both kind of get a little bit more personal with each other, catch each other's vibe, and then see where it goes from there.
Yeah, I feel you.
That's kind of my style with it.
That makes sense.
The whole social media thing, sliding in randomly, that's not my style at all.
Nah, I don't think that's the best anyway. I feel like those random moments when you're like, say you're going through life, and then something spontaneous happens with someone, you bump into someone, and you know, kind of you see in those like rom-com stories.
Yeah.
But it actually happens, and you're
Yeah.
like, wow, you feel a kinetic energy and a chemistry with somebody that's
At
just
the
like,
coffee shop.
I know, right? Yeah, like
Oh, it happens
exactly.
to your ass all the time, man.
Nah, because then
You
you
be
wonder
feeling that
this.
kinetic energy 24/7, man.
But you wonder this too, like, yo, I met this person, right? And maybe you forgot to get there, or something happened where like, is fate gonna bring us back to each other?
Yeah.
And then you
All of a
meet
sudden
again somewhere else, and it's just like, oh, it's that, like, okay, this is meant to be though. Like,
Or you coincidentally see her, like, view your story, or
Yeah.
you're like, oh, this ain't no coincidence. You looked me up.
yeah, exactly.
That happened to me once.
That did?
I ran into a girl on the elevator. I didn't even say 2 words to her at all. I actually, she was here with somebody else that lives here in the building. And I was talking to the dude. But then randomly, I got a friend request from somebody. And then I recognized it. I'm like, oh, this is the same girl that was on the elevator.
I wonder what her name was. I think I know you're talking about.
I ain't gonna say it.
I know you're talking about.
Really? Well, she don't live here.
I know, but I think I know you're talking about. The guy lives here,
Yeah.
and the guy is.
What's he do?
He's into the real estate market.
Nah, different guy. We're thinking different.
He
person.
owns a club right across the street.
No,
Okay.
different guy. We're thinking different person.
Okay. Because I was gonna say that happened exactly to me too.
Oh yeah.
Literally, it's a guy that lives here.
Yeah.
And he reached out to me. It was just like, yeah, I've seen you a couple times, but like, what's up? Like, I didn't, never like introduce myself or whatever. And then we got into this conversation where he was just like, yeah, so this is a funny thing where I was with this girl, and I had to kick her out because what happened was. We were, like just talking, whatever, and I pulled your profile, I don't know how I got brought into the picture, but he was like, yeah, there's light skin, like Dior's on, 6'3", abs, and all this other stuff. He lives in my building, like, because he saw me a couple times, so he was just like, he figured I still lived there.
Yeah.
And was showing his girl. And then,
Why would he be
literally,
doing that?
like throughout the night or whatever, she ended up like following me, and
Did
like
she
my
slide?
pictures. No, but she followed me and like liked my pictures and stuff, and he found out.
Well, that's his fault.
And he was just like,
That's his fault,
he
dude.
was like, you could like strangers, yeah, cool, but not somebody that lives in my. I just
That's
showed
his
you.
own damn fault. He's like showing you off to her. Look at this handsome motherfucker that lives in my building. This is his username and everything.
That's what I kind of figured that
and
too.
And then he's gonna get mad when she actually follows you. Duh. What the fuck?
But if she was loyal, she wouldn't follow.
That?
So maybe it might have been a test.
Maybe. But at the same time, why are you gonna get bitter about that? Hey man, let her do her thing.
Yeah, but he was cool with me, but with her, he just kicked her out. He just thought it was like a funny ass story or whatever.
So he kicked her out because of that?
Yeah.
He fucked up then.
Yeah, I was just like...
He's like, but dude, it's like, my whole mentality is like, I don't give a fuck because like, I know what the fuck I bring to the table, right? Yeah. So if you find somebody else interesting that like maybe feels a different type of need or whatever, yeah, cool. But you know what you got with me, and you're gonna make a decision one way or another. Like if it's a short-term thing, or if it's like kind of a fling thing.
You know what else is funny?
That's my mentality when it comes to that.
You know what else is funny?
What?
He was with another girl, right? Who literally was obsessed with me.
See,
and she was DMing me and messaging, but she was here with him, staying with him or whatever like that. And
so he's got
this was like in the past where it was like we were supposed to meet up at one time or whatever, but she was of course like he was like courting her like or whatever, so she couldn't like really. So
he's getting mad at her for having options.
He's
getting mad at her for having options while at the same time he's got options as well.
I just thought it was the funniest. I'm like, why is all your girls like,
bruh? Don't be contradicting yourself though. That's kind of.
It's crazy.
You know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
like
different.
Just be real about it. Shit. You know, you're messing around with some things. You know, and you're gonna get mad at her.
These hoes ain't loyal.
Well, bro, he ain't loyal either.
Hey, but that's the thing. Is like they're not exclusive. I'll be exclusive. Like
yeah, if you guys aren't exclusive,
if you're not exclusive, like
yeah. If that's your girl, then it's reason to be upset. But if it's just a fling thing,
yeah,
bruh, what you getting mad about?
Yeah, I think he just found it amusing or whatever. So
yeah,
I don't know. That's hilarious.
That sounds like some insecure shit to me, dog.
That's crazy.
Anyway, it seems as though we got some new listeners.
We got some newbies.
Yo.
We got some fresh meat.
We got some people we about to put on game.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Strip Down Podcast. If you are new here, welcome, motherfuckers.
Sound like the guy from The Hangover.
First things first. If you're new, tap that subscribe button. Go ahead and tap it up. Tap it up. Welcome. I'm Myles. This is young Romeo.
Know it. Got to saw it.
Everybody's favorite.
Hey.
Eye candy.
Let's go.
And welcome to our podcast, where we just try to keep it as real as we can from our perspective. Okay, just if you don't know who we are, we're a couple of fellas that used to go on tour with a show called Magic Men Live, where we cater to large audiences of women, up to 5,000 at a time, in fact. So it's fair to say we've had our experiences from coast to coast.
Literally.
And it's been quite a learning experience. So now we're here to share some of that knowledge. To the best of our abilities, we don't claim to know it all. So feel free to participate in the conversation via the comment section.
Absolutely.
You know, your input is very important to us. Your feedback is important to us. Your perspective is valued as well.
That part.
Yes. You know, so think of us as your bros, you know, or your step bros, whatever you're into.
This conversation escalated a little bit.
But we just try to keep it real. We just try to keep it real, keep it fun, lighthearted, but then, you know, tap on things that we feel like, yo, we got an interesting take on this. And you know what? We feel like we could speak on this from a place of truth.
Absolutely.
You know, so welcome, everybody. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you're already familiar with us and you've already been listening to us, welcome back, baby. We love to see you. We always love to hear from you as well. In fact, if you haven't yet, go ahead and, if you already love us, go ahead and write us a review on Apple Podcasts, because we're trying to knock that guy Joe Rogan off that top spot.
Joe Rogan who?
Joe Rogan.
No, we not good.
We trying to knock him off that top spot.
To Joe.
Go write us a review, leave us 5 stars. We trying to take over. We trying to spread the word.
That's right. As humbly as we possibly can.
We try and spread the word, get the world back to loving and fucking instead of cussing and fussing.
Oh.
You know what I mean? We try and unite the genders, help each other understand each other better.
Very.
We're going to come out with the Nobel Peace Prize by the time we're done, homeboy.
Myles, I like it. Let me write that down.
Yeah, I mean.
I'm like, hold up.
Anyway, man, welcome back. We got a lot to talk about this episode. We got some fan questions we're going to hit at the end, too, so stick around. We've been getting a lot of feedback. We've been going through some of the comments that y'all been leaving on our social media, starting to kind of feel the temperature of the room. It's like, okay, we could touch on that. We could touch on this. And we actually got some people that actually reached out to us directly that we're going to keep anonymous because they want our input on a couple situations.
Ooh, situations.
Yeah, we got quite a predicament with one young lady. we gonna address it though. But
let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Okay, so you may have noticed from the title of this episode, we're gonna be talking about seduction, baby.
The art of seduction.
The art of seduction. Nobody knows this shit better than this man right here, first off. We got a professional in the building.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Professional.
We just as humbly as ourselves as we possibly can be. Authentically.
Listen, man, we can keep it real here. The man is a walking seduction. The man, I see them comments on TikTok and Instagram and whatnot. It's just right away. How do I get this man my panties ASAP?
Ladies, we trying to deliver a message to you, not the aesthetic.
Yeah, listen. He gets all frustrated when he's trying to deliver a solid, wholesome message, and then he goes and reads the comments, and it's all about, who is that fine piece of ass?
First of all, I don't get frustrated.
He's like, damn, I was trying to spill my soul, and all they can notice is my swole.
Oh, there you go.
I said that to some kid on TikTok. He was like, because it was like one of them, you attract what you reflect videos. And he said, I don't go clubbing. I don't do any of that. I stay in the gym and I still get these types of girls. And I'm like, bro, you got to show more of your soul and less of your soul.
What did he say? I'm down with this.
He just liked the comment. A bunch of people laughed at it.
Oh, my gosh.
But that's true. That's the thing about you gym guys. You're too obsessed with the aesthetic, man. What else do I need to know about you? Can I know a little bit more? The girls want to know more about your personality.
Facts.
Not that you're just like, okay, cool, man. That's a fucking great aesthetic. That shows a lot of discipline. It shows a lot of hard work. You know, it's impressive.
Yeah.
But it's not impressive enough for these women, okay? It's not just visual for them. All right? You gotta entice them mentally, emotionally, man. Absolutely. You know I'm preaching to the choir. Everybody's saying, amen, motherfucker. Amen. I hear you. I can hear you from outside. Linda even from across the way screaming off the balcony. Linda, go back inside. We're doing a podcast.
Wait, is that her with binoculars?
Amen, Myles, she said.
I was wondering that. And fellas, we do know that y'all do it. Just full disclaimer, we know that you do it for yourselves and not for ladies in terms of the whole discipline.
And vice versa.
And that goes behind, and the fulfillment that goes behind working out and for yourselves and being the best you. But if you are looking for a partner or, you know, are tired of being alone and you just, it's about that time for you to do life with someone, you know what I'm saying? Like you have to offer something more. So basically what we're telling you is don't put 100% time completely into that when you're not sort of self-aware on what else that you bring to the table. Yeah. You feel me?
Take that same dedication, bro. You got a crazy dedication, right? You've already applied it to the gym and your aesthetic, your body, your diet, all that. Take that same type of dedication, apply it to something else, and show that off as well. Yeah, right?
Absolutely.
Even your spiritual, your mental, all these other things, that's an aphrodisiac, dog. I'm trying to put you on. Because listen, man, I know a thing or two about working out. You don't see me on the gram just flexing everywhere. I'm trying to show you.
They need to put you on a Greek statue. Right up
I know a couple things about working out.
Yeah.
But, you know, it takes more than that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a perfect segue into what we are doing.
The art of seduction,
The art of seduction.
You know.
So, Myles, what is the art of seduction?
Listen, man, it's about, from our standpoint, it's just creating an intrigue, right? A sexual intrigue. You know, this mystery, this enticing kind of feeling, this desire within somebody else, right?
Yeah.
There's that part of it. And then there's the actual act of like getting your partner into the mood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
If you're in a relationship, you know, what are some of those sexual triggers?
Yeah.
That puts them in the mood.
Yeah.
Have you thought about that? What is your partner's sexual trigger?
Ooh.
You know, what's their turn-ons? You know exactly what those things are. Obviously, it's different for men and women.
Yeah.
Right? Men were kind of a little easy when it comes to that. Just pop out in lingerie, baby. Oh, damn, I'm triggered.
Yo, literally the visual component of men is
visual.
so...
Yeah, we're so visual.
Yeah.
Right? But after a certain period of time, you become a little desensitized, and it takes a little bit more than that. I've kind of gotten to that place where it's not solely visual.
Yeah.
Of course, if you walk in lingerie or something, like highly visual or whatever, it's going to trigger me, like for sure. You know what I mean? But there's other things that kind of go in hand with that, like the environment, the mood, the vibe that like actually makes that trigger way more sensitive. You feel what I'm saying?
Do you think it's men out there that say you bring his woman into, or not just necessarily, it could be his woman or maybe some like a hookup or something like that, that they come in with lingerie or something like that and he's not impressed, like he's just, you can't faze him. He's just like, his willpower is just on 10. He's just like, okay, like desensitized.
Who the fuck is this?
I don't know. So I'm like, you know what?
Elon Musk,
that would be an anomaly of a situation.
Bill Gates. Bill Gates probably like that. Melinda comes in, all sexy and shit. That's a fascinating piece of garment you've got on there, sweetheart. What the fuck, dog? Something wrong with you, motherfucker. And honestly, that could be the case with some guys. They have more like a engineer type mind where it's like very logistical and like analytical and you know what I mean? It's a little less in touch with the emotional side. I don't know. Right? Yeah. There could be, you know, so maybe that guy needs something different. Yeah. Right? Don't ask me though, because I'm not that touchy.
Maybe you got to bring in.
We gonna bring Bill Gates. Figure that out.
I was about to say, just come in and just start stimulating his mental and a whole bunch of knowledge, just dropping knowledge on him. Like, here you go, baby. Like, instead of a trench coat, you open it up with some lingerie. You just come in with glass and you're like, let me spend some facts on you, some knowledge, and you be like, ooh, baby, you so smart. Dang.
Oh yeah.
I'm turned on by the way.
That schoolgirl type. Or you dress up like a scientist. You dress up like, or if he's in the anime or Pokemon or whatever, come in that Pikachu outfit, baby.
I was gonna say, I was talking probably strictly more on the sapiosexual.
You gotta play it to your partner.
The sapiosexual
that
aspect.
Could be sexy as fuck though. You gotta role play maybe sometimes into whatever he's into. What's this motherfucker do for a hobby? You know, he into Fortnite. You gotta show up in that Fortnite outfit they wear in the default skin. You could just come in on that default skin. Right. All of a sudden, he's gonna be triggered for sure.
But you have heard of that term before, right? The whole, like, it's not a physical stimulation that people can, like, some people are actually more geared on being sapiosexuals or like, I'm actually not physically attracted, but it's more of like the stimulation of like my mind of you know what I'm saying, what you drop. That's more the connection that, so either a guy or girl. So I'm saying there are, you know, people out there that have that instead of just the strictly physical.
Yeah.
So it's just about gauging, you know, because you can't, not one works for all, you know.
Is that what it's called, sapiosexual?
Sapiosexual. And I'm sure that there's women out there that are sapiosexuals actually.
Mm-hmm. Finding intelligence sexually attractive or arousing.
Yes.
Woo! Yeah, I feel that. Yeah. It's really sexy when a woman like just is on a higher level mentally, right? Yeah. There's something about that that's just, it's attractive. And I'm sure women find some men that are attractive in that way too. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, as we're talking about the art of seduction, first of all, you got to figure out what type of seducer are you, right? I did a little research on this.
Okay. So we got different types of seducers.
I actually checked out this dude. His name is Robert Greene. He wrote this book called The Art of Seduction. And there's also this YouTuber. Okay. She's fantastic. Her name is Shannon Boodram.
Shout out to Shannon Boodram.
She did a video on this. Okay. I watched it. It's very intriguing. She knows her stuff, man. And I learned a lot from her. Okay. So if y'all ever get a chance, go check her out. Her YouTube name is Shan Booty. Shan Booty, shout out Shan Booty.
Interesting name.
I like that name.
Very unique.
But she talks about these different types of seducers. Okay. Right?
Yeah.
And as I'm reading these, I'm like, oh, this is Romeo. This one's Romeo. 100% Romeo. This one's me.
I'll check. Let's check this out.
I got like 2 or 3 of them. You got like 6 of them.
I'm done.
And I'm like, okay, this helps understand your art of seduction, right? And then we could get into the actual, like, this is the first step, figure out what type you are, right? Mm-hmm. So they talk about the different types. And the first one is the siren. Right, this is a person who's very visually attractive, right? Very visually sexual, right? This is like your Marilyn Monroe, your Kim Kardashian, your Kylie Jenner. Like, they just, like, when you look at them,
their aesthetic speaks for itself.
Exactly.
It's like it pops.
You are a fucking siren in a way.
Well, thank you.
Right, girls, they see you. Damn, who is you? What's his Instagram tag? Right away, that's the #1 comment. What's his Instagram? It's like just off the visual alone.
Man,
you know what I mean?
I plead the fifth on that.
Okay.
I don't.
Now, some of the rest of us aren't blessed with that trait. Okay, we gotta seduce you in other ways. You ain't looking at me thinking, oh wow, what's his Instagram? You're like, this is you guys are looking at me like, is that Fousey Tube? What the fuck? When did Fousey Tube get a goddamn?
Not the Fousey Tube.
He's spitting all these relationships.
Not the Fousey Tube.
I see them comments, you motherfuckers. How you gonna compare me to this bald head Middle Eastern guy just because we're both Middle Eastern? That's racist as hell.
I'm really trying to look at you and say, okay, where is the maybe I could see it, but
it's like the middle. We're both Middle Eastern. That's about it.
All right.
He's bald headed. He got some prominent ass eyebrows, but he don't got no beard. I don't know.
Okay, so I don't.
Go put our pictures side by side. You guys are gonna.
So they may think you got like a toupee on or something like that, or like
maybe I don't know.
some sort of glued
I'm gonna shave
on
my
hair.
head. I'm gonna actually come.
Just glued it on his face to the beard, but no, that's crazy.
Okay, so then there's the second type of seducer. It's called the rake.
The rake.
Yeah, I was like, the rake. What the fuck is this?
Oh, okay.
These are like the players, you know, where they get around, they live life, and they don't hide it, like the fact that they're players, right? Or that they are just a sexual person, right? This is like your Rihanna, right? This is like your Chris Brown, your Drake. You know what I mean? They just own it, right? They are who they are, right?
Okay.
And, you know, sometimes that's very appealing to people.
Right.
It's like, I know, you know, what I'm going to get with you.
It's like this profound confidence that they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, to a degree, that's why some women like, when there was a video, John talks about how girls love a player. It's like, there's a truth to that. Because it's like, if you're just looking for a fling like that, you found your match, right? You know what you're signing up for.
Right.
Exactly. So, and you know this guy, that implication is like, oh, he's experienced, she's experienced, or whatever. It's like, we're going to have a good time together. So don't knock it. Don't knock it. We're hitting, this is no judgment-free zone.
Judgment-free.
This is a judgment-free zone. We don't knock any of these. And then you've got the ideal lover. This is like, you know, the person that kind of, this is like the fantasy lover, the fairy tale lover, the person that kind of makes you feel like, you know, you are living that love life you should be living, right? You know what I mean? Think of like Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic. You know what I mean? This is like that romantic love, right?
Okay, I got you. Interesting.
You've got what is called the dandy. The dandy is the person that they're very free-spirited.
Okay.
Wild, they're very expressive, you know what I mean? They kind of live life on their own terms. You can't put them in any sort of box.
Right.
These are the types that you can't really even tell what their sexuality might be, because they kind of give off alternating vibes. They have a feminine side and a masculine side, right?
Right.
So think of like Prince, right?
Oh,
Prince,
I got you. Okay.
You know, he's super dandy, this motherfucker. Dandy as they come. Right? For all you TikTokers, you might be familiar with the Little Huddy. This motherfucker reminds me of a dandy. You can't. I thought the dude was gay at first, but I'm like, oh, you know, respect. He just got style. He's very expressive.
Very free-spirited, like
free-spirited. You can't put him in a box, right?
Okay. So basically, people are very comfortable with their sexuality and that are not afraid to like.
Yeah, you can't
kind of go on it, like living on the edge of like their sort of aesthetic. You know what I'm saying?
You know, and that can be very appealing. Like that level of confidence and just not playing to the norms, quote unquote. That's like, respect.
Which is kind of intriguing because I know that there's women out there that actually like more like feminine guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I'm like, that's very fascinating to me.
Yeah.
But go ahead, yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. They're might be more in touch with their feminine side. There might be, a certain level of intimacy that they can, kind of touch on that most alpha male, masculine guys can't, right?
Yeah,
so there's pros to that, right?
Right.
And then there's the natural, they call it. These are the free-spirited type that are like, they're also free from insecurity. They kind of have like, they remind you of like what it's like to be like a kid, right? They're very free-spirited, fun, just don't give a fuck.
Youthful sort of energy.
Youthful type of energy. That's a really good word for that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're also somebody that can't really be put into a box. Think of like your Channing Tatums. Right,
mm-hmm.
This guy's like, he kind of just brings out this youthful energy.
Kind of reminds me like on the lip sync battle when he dressed up as Beyonce.
Like he don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I know. Okay,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Then there's also the tease, right? This is the person who's a flirt, but they never really
on their own terms.
Yeah, on their own terms.
It's like I'm gonna be in control of the situation.
Yeah, they show a lot of restraint.
Yeah,
they flirt. They know how but they love that attention that they can get from you. They like that lust that they can create in you, and they like to play that cat and mouse game.
It's like a push and pull.
Yeah, and then once they get you to that point where you really, really want them, that's kind of when they'll start to like, give in a little bit and kind of let you in a little bit more, but on their terms.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they also have like this mysterious kind of aspect to them. You don't know where you stand exactly. They keep you on your toes. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like I'm a little bit of a flirt.
You think you're a little bit of a flirt?
Because I mean, I have like a little bit of a flirty personality when I'm like in person, one-on-one, just like the way I conversate. But at the same time, it's not like, I want to create a desire in you, right?
Right.
And once I get you wanting me, then it's appealing to me.
Got you.
You know what I mean? Like it's not appealing to me unless you want me, right? Because then I know the chemistry is gonna be fire. Right. So that I kind of can see that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And this kind of goes hand in hand with the charmer. The charmer is a person who it makes you feel like you're the most special person in the world. Like super complimentary, you're 100% a charmer, dude. You walk up to anybody, this dude walks up to anybody in the streets, anybody. Bro, you looking fly today. You looking fly, girl. It doesn't matter who it is, guy or girl. You make them feel real good about themselves. You dab them up, treat them like they're your best friend. You're very complimentary. You're very also like honest and confident in yourself.
Yeah, I see that.
And you make it feel effortless.
Yeah.
Right? The funny part, I could relate to that. You know what I mean? Because I actually get some of these traits from you sometimes because I see how you do it. Like I see how comfortable you are and how you make people feel.
Yeah.
So like I adopt it as well. So
interesting.
I start to become a little bit more complimentary. It's like I feel like I am that way, but you remind me to be more like that. You know what I mean?
Bro, I love that you. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, man. I be taking notes, bro. Trust me. I'll be behind you while you talking to a girl. Just be like, that was good. That one right there was good.
I'm done. Be behind the couch and the couch with a girl in the back of it.
He just said this, that, and the other thing.
Yo, I'm done. I feel like we may both adopt some things from each other.
Yeah,
instinctually.
Look, that's a good thing to do.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? Don't think that you the shit just by being you. Like, take some notes from other motherfuckers.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And shit, you might learn it, but you can up your game, young man. Don't be closed off to, you see something. That actually, I could see myself being a little bit more like that.
Yeah.
I see how the effect that had. You know what I mean? I should be a little bit more like that.
Yeah.
So it's, you could take little things from here and there. That's the whole point of this damn podcast. We're trying to give you some shit.
That's right.
Elevate everybody's game.
Yeah.
And then the final one is the quote unquote the star. This is a motherfucker that just seems untouchable. Just there's like this presence to him.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? And it's like they're almost not from this planet. They feel you're like, damn.
Like truly an anomaly.
This is a special person right here. You could just feel it. You could tell. You know what I mean? And the star, they get your attention effortlessly. They walk in the room and everybody's like, who the fuck is that? That's you, motherfucker.
I knew he was about to say some shit.
That's 100% you. I watch, because you'll be walking through the room, you know, and I'm behind you. So I catch everybody going, damn, who is that? They be mouthing to the girlfriend.
Oh, I'm done with you.
And I see it all.
I don't even look. It's like, I be so in my element, man.
You know what I mean?
I'm glad that you're able to like.
But you got a very magnetic presence, these type of people, you know what I mean? And you can kind of tell when a girl has that too. It's like, damn, there's something about her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just like.
Yeah. I feel what you're saying. It speaks for itself.
Right. And you just stand out. You know, so you got to think to yourself, which one of these am I? Right? Okay, so now this is going to determine the way you approach people, the way you can start to play into it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Right? Once you're a little bit aware of kind of which type of seduction you can attract.
Yeah, be able to hone into
then you could just like hone into it a little bit more. If you're a charmer and like, you know, oh, I could be funny. Okay, cool. I'm going to start fucking researching some jokes.
But then again, it's like,
well, I'm just going to let that come out a little bit
don't
more.
go outside yourself. I have to like really hone into what is natural to you.
All these things that we mentioned, these are all things that people find attractive in other people, right?
Yeah.
So it's not really, you know, necessarily the fact that you are this way, right? Now that you're aware, it's like, okay, it's not the type of seduction, it's the quality of it.
The quality.
Right? So now that you know which one you might fall into, you can start to increase that quality.
Not the quantity, the quality.
Exactly.
Respect.
And boom. If you're a guy listening to this, because we've had an influx of male listeners.
Thank you, like fellas, man. Like we here for you too.
Hey man, we got you, bro.
100%.
Listen, man, don't think we don't got your back, because we've been through some shit and we trying to spread some knowledge, man. Put you on some game. And we're going against this goddamn bullshit that you hear on social media. Don't be a simp, this and that. Motherfucker, like, tune that shit out. I can tell you right now. Tune that shit out. He ain't helping you with that mentality. This whole alpha male strategy is bullshit.
Yeah.
Boy, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm just like, when are people so qualified to speak on something that's like...
Right, and you might be asking, how are you motherfuckers so qualified? Huh? How are you so qualified? That's a good question. Why should you listen to us? Why should you listen to us? Why should you give a fuck what we have to say? Huh? That's an excellent question, young man. Didn't you listen to what I said earlier? Google, motherfucker. Google a little thing called Magic Man Live.
Yeah. Why should you listen?
Like we
That's
said,
such an excellent question.
Look.
Oh my God.
We're very open about the fact that we've been around, okay? We had our ways. We used to have a lot of fucked up ways and thoughts and, you know, views on a lot of the things that we're talking about. But, you know, we learned from all of them.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we kind of got exposed on a different level that 99.99% of the male population that has not.
Facts.
Right? And that's through touring and performing for women, in which our goal, our intention is, and our job is to create a fun environment for you. Right? Give you what you want. Yeah. All right, so we go into every interaction with that mindset. Absolutely. So it just kind of, and then you learn a shit ton as you like go through that.
So think of years doing that, right?
Right.
It's like, yeah, why should you listen to us?
10 plus years, bro.
We've done this.
10 plus years of research.
We've been
from coast to coast.
Immersed. Right. Within the environment of, you know, basically acknowledging, pleasing women. And, you know,
and we have to understand them. It's our job.
We have to understand
them.
Exactly.
Intimately, like, in all ways, we have to. It's our job, right?
Absolutely.
And with that said, we still don't know it all.
Exactly.
We're still figuring this shit out.
That part.
Women, you guys are never-ending book. If we could write a book, this motherfucking thing would be to the ceiling. And we still be fucking writing in more chapters as we go.
I mean, it's so funny because they'll even tell you how complex they are themselves. You know?
Oh yeah, dude.
It's almost impossible to truly.
You know, there's so many different types of women and so many different types of mentality. It's just like, okay, if we could just like be a little bit more aware and like be conscious of, you know, the other person we're interacting with, open your ears a little bit wider.
Yeah.
You're gonna start to receive a lot more information.
Pay attention.
You know, and then you'll be able to navigate this road a lot better, my friend.
Yeah.
And it will lead to something that you've never experienced before. Over there and everywhere,
that
my
part.
friend.
I'm telling you.
And I'm telling you, it's better than all that bullshit of meeting some chick in the club and trying to hook up just for one night stand type deal. We've been there, done that all.
Day game, night game.
Shit gets boring.
All this stuff, like, no.
Shit gets boring. It's like, okay, we gotta level up.
Being authentic.
Level up, man. We trying to level up.
That's right.
So, man, if you're listening to this, okay, now how do I apply it? You got to understand, first of all, how does a woman get turned on, right? What gets her aroused, right? It's not like us. You know, you show up in lingerie, let us see you in yoga pants, them damn TikTok booty fucking leggings. Boom! You got us. You got us. Women operate completely differently. Men, we're microwaves. Women, they're ovens.
Yeah.
You got to preheat that shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's a process, okay? It's a process. Okay, what happens when a woman gets aroused? It's like, first, of course, there's the visual aspect of it. You see something appealing as a woman, right? Your pupils are going to start to dilate. You're gonna start to become flush.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your cheeks might start to glow a little bit.
Yeah.
You know that. You know the look.
Yeah.
You probably see it every day while you're walking down the street.
Oh yeah, 100%.
The cashier's like, damn, motherfucker.
100%.
The nipples start to become erect. Right? The lips start to swell. These are all scientific. I got this information from some scientific sources. These are the things that happen. You know, there's a visual component, of course, but that type of thing happens all the time.
Yeah.
Right? But if nothing comes out of it, right? If there's no engagement,
yeah, it'll go
right, away. Then it just goes away, right? So, okay, you as a guy, you might not trigger that reaction just visually, right? So then there's got to be those other components, that mystery that you have to you, that charm that you have to you, that intelligence, that passion that you display to them, that there's going to be something about you that is super fascinating, super, you know, interesting and attractive to her. Yeah. Right? And that will start to tap her into that type of mindset.
Absolutely.
Right? Then she'll start looking at you different. Then all of a sudden, like, now you've kind of shifted her a little more into that mindset.
Yeah.
Right?
That transition. Yeah.
Yep. That's how you got her turned on. But that process doesn't happen like that. It's not like us men. We just go whoop.
Yeah, seconds. It's like
within fucking 30 seconds. Fully engaged, baby.
Women is like maybe 20 minutes plus.
Yeah, up to 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? And this is why
foreplay,
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Do not underestimate foreplay.
Well, and also, if I'm even go before that, because you won't just go straight into foreplay, but also like really stimulating her mind. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like conversation, improve your conversation too, because even what you say can start to get her into that mode, and then from that can transition into foreplay, and all of this
is the foreplay.
All of this
That's
is a part of that warm up. You know,
a lot of guys don't even realize
that
can be part of the foreplay.
Exactly.
That conversation part.
Yep.
That's part of the foreplay in a lot of cases.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
The environment that you set, the types of touching, like all that, is all part of the foreplay. Yep. The moment she shows up at your door, bro, for the Netflix and chill, foreplay has initiated.
That part.
Okay. So just be conscious of that. The environment you create, the way you make her feel. This is all the foreplay right here.
There you go. It starts the moment she walks in that mug. So don't think that all this time don't matter and you just rely basically solely on right before you're about to have sex, because it don't work like that.
She should be wet before you take her pants off.
That part.
And guys, if you've experienced this before, then you know what we're talking about. All that led up to that moment was the foreplay. Yeah. So keep that in mind, right? What are some of those things that helped get her into that mode? These are the triggers that we're talking about, those sexual triggers. And then you just got to be taking mental notes. Okay, you are into these things. These are your types of triggers. Yeah. Right? It could be environmental, right? Or it could be that sense of desire that she feels from you. Yeah. Different people have different triggers, right? And I noticed this with a girl that I used to date. Mm-hmm. I didn't, at first you don't know what are these triggers, what are her triggers, what are his triggers, whatever. But then I noticed like she would get really horny whenever I would like do any sort of like these acts of kindness and words of affirmation. Whenever I would show her how much I care for her in those kinds of ways, not just coming on to her and showing her that I'm horny or trying to be sexy for her, but when I was doing those things or saying certain things to her, dude, she just like pounced on me. I'm like, oh, okay, these are your triggers, right? Really? These are those triggers that kind of get you there. It's that sense of desire, and those words of affirmation, and some people, they have a stronger sense of desire sort of trigger. Right. Where when you're direct with them, like, oh my fucking God, the way you look right now, I just want to tear those fucking clothes off and just have my way with you. Whoo! That primal type of direct sexual dialogue, that could be her trigger as well. Absolutely. Right. Yeah, and it could definitely be different for different women, but I would say majority, it could be to where you are. Y'all should look into this. If y'all into a relationship, look into this and maybe have a little bit of a discussion with your partner and say, which one of these is your triggers? If it's playful, it's fun. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to explore each other more. Y'all want to know what. It doesn't have to be like a quiz. Here, take this survey. I'm trying to figure out your right. It's an honest discussion on like, how can we actually connect on a deeper level within, our sexual energy, Exactly. So, I mean, at the end of the day, that's all you're trying to do anyway, because it's like, you don't want things to get bland, you feel me? And I think, this is like going to help enhance your relationship with anybody. Yeah. You know what I mean? Whether it's your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Or whatever, the better you understand these things about each other. Yes. Hubby, I need you to know that these are my types of triggers. Yep. Right? Exactly. So that way you could put me into the mood where it's not just you being in the mood. Yeah. And I'm going along with it, but now you're aware if you are horny, do these things so you could get me horny. Exactly. Right? So we could both enjoy this fucking thing. You know what I mean? Yes. You feel me, ladies? Everybody, amen one time. Amen. It's not just about one and not the other, you know what I mean? Yeah, don't be selfish. Yeah. So turn on triggers. Mm-hmm. This could be environmental, it could be having a clean environment, setting the mood, the music, the candles, just creating this nice vibe, this comfy vibe, you know what I mean? Clean up after yourself, fellas. Make sure your sheets are changed out, your fucking apartment is clean. Get them socks out from under your bed and clean your bathroom. Make everything pristine. So when she walks in, she's super cozy. Set the lighting, set the mood. Throw a little bit of music on. Don't be cheesy with it, though. Motherfucker. Be putting on Marvin Gaye Sexual Healing. Baby! Don't be cheesy with it, man. Make it very like unless she really likes Marvin Gaye. Make it nonchalant. There's nothing wrong with that, but I feel you. Sexual healing. Don't look like you're trying too hard, basically. Yeah. It's just like you gotta make it seem so nonchalant. And then it's like, oh damn. Yeah. You just allow her to fall into that feminine energy that she's just so beautiful in. Now, on the switch side, say a woman wants to set the mood for her guy, you know what I'm saying, for her husband, for her boyfriend, whatever. Could it still be along the same lines as that? Setting that ambiance right and definitely. He's coming home and just got it like placed out for him in all sort of ways. Because let's say, okay, for me, I'm like always kind of in a work mindset. Right, so if you want to take me out of that work mindset, because like I'm always thinking about work, I think about like all these different things that I got to get done and all that. Yeah. If you want to take me out of that, right? If there's like if you set like a comfortable kind of environment for me, right? And you know, we're relaxing, watching a movie or whatever, and you make that suggestion, and then, you know, you've started to take me out of that work mindset that I had. You know what I mean? And then it's like it could be through subtle things that you do. We have a whole episode on the different ways you can initiate. You know, there's some of those direct ways where you don't even have to say anything, just do it. You know, just walk up and start doing it. Right. Some guys, we don't get triggered the same way. You don't necessarily want to hear. First off, that's all great after the fact or during the act. That I want to do this. I want you to do this and that to me or whatever. Fucking keep that shit coming. You got my attention. You want me to do what now? But like beforehand, if you just fucking grab it or start to unzip my pants, pull my belt,
instead of talking like before, like
and you just give me that look, like your eyes say it all. You got me. That's a turn on trigger for me for sure. What about you?
I feel like the same, you know, and even on a non-sexual note, when I found times in the past where I was actually like in awe, you know what I'm saying, and in such a good sort of great feeling way for myself of taking myself out of that work mode or anything like that, when, you know, she was able to like set a nice environment for me coming back home, you know, and it's just like, wow, like, you did all this, like, this is cool. Like, it ain't just, so it's not, I don't feel like it's just for the women specifically on, you know, getting, like, cleaning up, doing this and that, you know, to make sure she comes home comfortable. It could be even for your husband or your boyfriend, because he'll be like, yo, I ain't nobody really do this for me like this. You know, this is cool. And then now I'm like, okay, shoot, what you want, baby? Like, I want to give you something now. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just made my day. Like, you know, so... And it could be anything. So just, ladies, just know that it doesn't always need to be sexual 100% of the time. Of course, it can start off with something like that and then lead to sexual. But yeah, just him feeling appreciated, you know what I'm saying, on that, you know, I think it's amazing. You know? You definitely are the type, like, when it comes to the different love languages, those acts of service and words of affirmation, probably fucking get you going. Acts of touch and acts of service. Yeah, the touch and acts of service. Yeah, for sure. Physical touch and acts of service. When they're, you know, kind of like when you're relaxing and they're like maybe just playing with your hair, your scalp. I love that. Ooh. That is definitely my love language. 100%. So you gotta understand 100%. What your partners are. He starts to get, okay, boom, mental note. Keep that in mind. You figure it out over time, and then boom. Paying attention. For guys and girls. You got to try a couple different things at first. If you're with somebody new and you're not sure what the hell is this man's love language, what is this girl's love language? No idea, you know what I mean? But you pay attention. Like, for me, I didn't figure that part out about that girl I was talking about, that the acts of service, until, like, I noticed the way she would, you know, be into me after I did these certain things. And I'm like, okay, now I know. Moving forward, I'm going to do these things when I'm in the mood, so I could get you in the mood. And boom, we going to make magic. You feel? Respect. Can I get an amen? Respect. All right, so now we're going to get into this very interesting DM that we got. So ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, our DMs are open. If you don't follow us on Instagram, slide into our DMs. Follow that IG. The IG, Stripped Down Podcast. That's right. I got this DM from one of the listeners. What'd she say? This young lady found herself in quite a predicament. She starts by saying, hey, I'm not sure if you'll even see this, but I wanted to see if you guys would ever do a video on this topic, or at least mention it. So I wanted to DM this. Please keep it anonymous. We got you. Definitely. Anyway, what do you guys think about when a guy who you think is the right person but the wrong time stalks you on social media every single day and tries to engage in conversation with you when he is entirely in a different relationship? Entirely. He is in an entirely different relationship. Stands out to me. A relationship that he is convinced his family and friends is a godsend for him.
So this man has convinced his family and friends that this current relationship that he's in is a godsend. It saved him in some way, is what you're telling us. Yet this man is all over your shit, all over your Instagram, trying to engage in conversation. She says she's currently in this situation, and I know we're not meant to be together right now, but I do miss him and wonder if I should break contact, meaning answer some of those attempts at engaging that he throws out there. Did you hear that? Everybody listening to this just yelled, "No!"
Break contact. Yes.
Break contact meaning like to engage.
No. I'm talking about when breaking contact in terms of not engaging.
Cut him off.
Yeah, cut him. Like don't entertain it anymore.
Yes.
If this guy's in.
Yeah, let's break this down. Let's break this down. Because okay, first off, I can already tell you and him have already had some sort of history.
Right.
Miss him? How do you miss him? Why do you miss him? You guys have had some sort of connection.
Yeah.
In the past, but if he's in an entirely different relationship, and he's doing this is a big red flag. Because let's say you do get him, what do you think's gonna happen down the line?
Talk.
If he's willing to do this with a godsend relationship, he's definitely gonna do it with you, sweetheart. And I know you already knew this before you even sent the DM. You needed some confirmation? Well, here it is.
Yeah.
Now let me break down, maybe you're looking for some solidified reasoning why it's not a good idea. Because if you think that you're the only girl that he's doing this with, sweetheart, I hate to break it to you, this is his type. I know this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I know guys like this.
Yeah.
They make everybody that they interact with, especially females, feel the same way that he's making you feel. That's just that's their style of game. I know somebody.
Yeah.
We could probably both think of somebody.
Yeah.
That literally their entire game is that super charming, that making you feel like you're so special. Like that's their whole game.
Yeah.
They do it with everybody that they are interested in having fucking sex with.
Yeah.
And literally the guy I'm thinking of, I'm like, why the fuck do you do that? You're making them fall in love for no reason. And in his head, he thinks like he authentically feels like that. You got yourself fooled, bro. Yeah. Because then I see, if you really felt like that, you wouldn't be telling her that and then turning around and having that same type of conversation with all these other girls too. Yeah. So you don't really feel like that. Yeah. But it's your way of getting attention, and you know it. You don't want to admit it. And that's the game you play. They are the ultimate charmers, and it's not the words they are saying to you, because they could authentically feel what they're telling you. Because this guy that I'm talking about, like, you can tell, like, he's convinced himself that he believes everything that he's saying. Right. It's very fascinating. And then, his actions contradict his words. Yeah. Right. So again, it's not what he's saying that you should pay attention to. It's what he's doing, right? Absolutely. And these are the types of guys, they're so unsure, they're confused in their own heads. You don't got time to deal with that level of confusion, right? Yeah. Girl, come on.
Yeah, I'll just put it as simple as you found your answer when you knew he was in a committed relationship and he's going out of his way to see your story and then engage with you. That in itself is a red flag, because you look at it and take it into your own situation on, if you were her, how would you feel if he's doing that behind, you know what I'm saying? And he could be doing multiple people, just like he says. So at the end of the day, it's not something you want. You want a loyal dude, and you know what I'm saying, you want somebody to treat you with respect. He's not treating her with respect, so why would you want to keep that around? You know?
Look, we can sympathize with you on some level. He's showing you some sort of attention, and that maybe you want, right? It's exciting to you. That's a whole nother fucking can of worms that we can get into on another episode. Like, what is so enticing about somebody like that? Because I'm sure this shit happens all the time. I see comments all the time.
Yeah.
Why is it that I only attract married men and men in relationships?
Man.
Right? Fuck. Okay, that's a whole nother can of worms we're gonna get into on another episode.
Yeah.
We'll get into that next week. We ain't gonna dive into that yet. But for you in particular, sweetheart, he doesn't deserve your time of day. Focus that energy on finding something real and authentic.
Absolutely.
And you'll be much more satisfied.
Absolutely.
You don't want that drama.
If he was single, it would be a different story.
You feel?
But he's in a committed relationship.
Ladies, so you can feel free to drop your comments.
Yeah.
And give your take on this or your experiences with this. I'm sure there's probably some people that have dealt with these types of situations. If you could help a young lady out who's going through this, drop some comments.
Which, you know, I kind of feel like, too, also, if I'm going to just say one more statement of, like, it is a little unfortunate, like, when you, like, if I'm looking at her in her eyes of like, finding someone who you feel you might have been in love with or could be in love with. Yeah. But unfortunately, like you said, like, the timing is wrong because she's there with somebody else. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, do you wait and see if something doesn't work out with them to get your match and for you guys to live together? Yeah. But then again, it's just like, it would be different if he wasn't going out his way to do that with you specifically and respecting his relationship, to where if something did happen, you know, with their relationship and then he was able, you know, you guys were able to do, then that's more respectable. Rather than him being in a relation, going out his way to like talk to you. It's like he's not respecting his own relationship or anything. So
100%.
Yeah.
You know, you've got these rose-colored glasses on right now with him, and the way you're feeling, you got to understand that these are your emotions, like making you feel this way. Yeah. But the best solution for you to kind of heal from that and get over those feelings is literally just cut him off. You should block him. Yeah. Yeah. You should. Out of sight, out of mind, right? Block his ass. Cut off all communication. Detox from this guy. Yes. Right? Detox him from your life. And then you'll notice those feelings will gradually fade away. And then you'll look back and realize, what the fuck was I even doing or thinking? Yep. Right? Preaching to the choir. Absolutely. So take this as your sign. It's not going to be easy. Those first few weeks are going to be rough. You're going to notice yourself being tempted to wanting to see what's up or what's new or whatever. You're kind of addicted in a way to that attention he's giving you and those little, you know, the bait he's casting out there. But in time, you'll be less and less intrigued by it. And it really helps if you just block his ass. Yes. Block his ass. Block him. If he tries to reach out again through a fucking Finsta account, block that one too. Block them all. Cease all communication sort of outlets with this guy. Yeah, make your account private maybe. 100%. Maybe like get off social media. You need a detox. Yeah. Detox from that motherfucker. Yeah. And then you're going to notice those feelings gradually fade away. And you're going to be good, girl. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Yeah. You'll find you, Mr. Right. Stay positive. That is my prescription for this predicament. Dr. Phil head ass in this motherfucker. You hear what I'm saying, young lady? I said you need a detox. Oh my goodness, I was not ready for it. I'm writing my prescription right now. We're going to give you some of this detox those medication. Glasses. Now go out there, detox from this motherfucker. Goddamn. I gotta keep these glasses. He done put his glasses on. You can't tell him nothing. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time we got. Did we do the shout outs yet? I don't know.
I don't think we did any
we hit them shout outs. Yo, this is what we do every episode. We try to shout out our top social media fans and supporters and whatnot.
Yeah.
So we wanted to definitely show some love to y'all for showing love to us. First off of YouTube, Tanika Fletcher. Tanika Fletcher, baby.
What's up, girl?
OG YouTube fan. Thank y'all. Thank you for showing your support and your
Appreciate
love.
you. 100%.
Continuously. From IG, we got a new one, baby.
What we got?
She got a very intriguing handle as well. Her name is Boo Boo Kitty Fucks.
Boo Boo Kitty Fucks. Love the name. Thank you for your love and support,
I noticed the name pop up a few times in the comments. I'm like, oh, shout out. Showing love on the IG.
Very creative mind. I love that.
And then on TikTok, we got some fucking fans. We making some waves on TikTok.
Facts.
We making some waves on TikTok.
Let's continue to ride these waves.
Tracy RN0, we see you, girl.
Tracy.
Downtown girl Andy, once again. OG.
Downtown. I feel like I'm familiar with Downtown girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Becca S4, these are our ride or dies.
Okay.
There's a lot of you girls.
We recognize, we see y'all.
But we see the continuous love. We just want to let you know we appreciate it.
We acknowledge y'all.
There's a lot of you, I can't list them all off, but I want to give some shout outs to
y'all. Be showing the most love, so we're going to show y'all back.
Absolutely. So again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for tuning in. We're about to get into the bonus episode where we are talking about, what are we talking about?
We're not going to say, no, go ahead.
Oh man, okay, some of
the little glimpse.
Some of the biggest mistakes that some women make in the bedroom.
Oh.
Some things to avoid. Because I had a sit down.
This should be interesting.
I had lunch with a girlfriend of mine, just a casual friend that I've known for years, and she's telling me about this guy that she's like been talking to.
Okay.
And then she just goes on to describe this one awkward moment and the way she handled it, and I'm like, ooh, come on, girl. First off, he fucked up, and then she fucked up. Her response is fucked up.
Oh, I can't wait to hear about this.
Bro, it's fucking...
Only on an exclusive episode, though.
But I'm like, yo, these are some common, I feel like some common mistakes or just some things to be aware of.
That needs to be addressed.
You know what I mean? Especially if you're like with somebody new, or it could even be with like your partner, your current partner.
Yeah.
And you know, guys, sometimes we don't have we have a hard time like vocalizing it, you know, out of pride and ego. We don't want to like say that this thing bothers me, or I don't like it when you do this or that, or whatever.
Right. I feel you.
You know what I mean? So we actually did a deep dive for you. We're gonna tell y'all some of these hidden, some secret things that may not be the best thing to do or the best way to handle certain things, situations in the bedroom. And some better alternatives. We got you, girls.
Hey, let's get into it.
So head on over to Magic Man Plus if you want to peep that. MagicManPlus.com. That's your way of supporting our podcast, right? And then our way of showing our appreciation for that support is through these exclusive episodes that we do every single week. Okay, there's all kinds of benefits to having the app. Not only these exclusive episodes, but you get all kinds of other content on there as well, which you're gonna soon find out what we're talking about once you see that. And you can actually try it out for free. There's a 7-day trial we're doing. Check it out. If you dig it, stick with it. If you don't, no problem, baby. But we appreciate everybody that supports us, helps us grow this podcast. So thank you, ladies, to everybody who's a part of that as well.
That's right.
That little community we got on there, we appreciate y'all, definitely. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, hit that subscribe button. If you're listening to this or watching this on YouTube, drop us a comment. Let us know what you think about all this that we've been discussing. Like we said before, we appreciate the feedback. We rely on the feedback, your perspective. We don't know it all. Again, we just have our perspective. It's an interesting one.
That's right.
But, you know, we definitely are very open to a lot of feedback and other opinions, alternative opinions. So make sure to subscribe. We'll do these every single week. And, you know, we appreciate y'all being here. So thank you very much. And we will see y'all next week.
Peace.